What do you think that you'd like to cover in your 6-part webinar?
So what I'm hoping to talk about is really the effects of trauma on brain, mind, and body, and really focus on the brain. But I think we realize that we can't understand the brain outside also the context of mind and body, because they're also connected. So really take therapists through the effects of trauma on brain, mind, and body, and talk about different systems that have been affected as a result of trauma. So we'll be talking about the reptilian brain and the importance of innate reflexive functioning, the role of the reptilian brain in generating raw affective experience, and also autonomic dysregulation, active and passive defensive responses, and how the reptilian brain can affect the body, but also the upper levels of the brain to the areas, including the cortex, that allow us to regulate emotions, that allow us to have a future, and that allow us to plan and think. We'll also be talking about the vestibular system and the balance system of the brain. And as we know, a lot of severely traumatized individuals don't have a center of gravity. They don't have a center of balance. And as a result, they have tremendous difficulty negotiating the world. They often don't know where they are in space, because they often have experience of disembodiment. They're very disconnected from their body. So we'll be talking about how we can bring the balance system or the vestibular system online, and how that can actually help to engage in different psychotherapeutic practices, including present-centered therapy as well as past-centered therapy.
Okay, that sounds great.
We'll also be talking about interoception, so knowing what your feeling states are, knowing what you feel, knowing what sensations you experience in your body, and how foundational that is to knowing what emotions and feelings you experience. And that interoceptive system is also very much affected by trauma, and especially in people who dissociate, they have very different effects as compared to people who have predominantly hyperarousal symptoms and too much emotions. And so we'll be talking about how these two groups of individuals present differently and what that really means for therapy.
Okay. And we were talking about neurofeedback as well?
Absolutely. And so when we talk about the different brain systems, we'll be talking about throughout the webinar how different therapeutic modalities can have a direct effect on each of these systems. And we'll be talking about different psychotherapeutic approaches, past and present-centered therapies, and also neurofeedback, and also transmagnetic stimulation, just as examples.
Okay.
I'll also be talking about what's happening in the brain when traumatized individuals make eye contact, and how that really activates the innate alarm system, that reptilian brain, and really prevents people from engaging socially and being able to read the emotions and feelings of others. And I'll also be talking about how that can have a huge impact on the intergenerational transmission of trauma.
Well, that should easily take 6 webinars, if not an entire course of graduate school. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be taking it for sure. Okay. Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. Take care. Stay safe.
Yes, you too, Ruth.